Biomed Nexus. Daily updates. Your essential biotech, medtech, and pharma recap. No noise, just what matters. TLDR Eli Lilly, LLY, presented data at the American Diabetes Association meeting showing Foundayo, or Forglipron, reduced blood sugar more than Novo Nordisk's Semaglutide and other comparators in multiple phase 3 type 2 diabetes trials. Lilly confirmed it will seek FDA approval for the T2D indication, according to BioSpace. This is the diabetes filing we have been tracking since the ACHIEVE-4 cardiovascular safety data in April. BioSpace reported that Lilly's 25B plus M&A spree captures half of pharma's 2026 capacity, analyzing how the company's 12 deals have consumed a disproportionate share of available acquisition targets across multiple therapeutic areas. Sanofi, SNY, announced that the riliprubart Mobilize Phase 3 study in patients with chronic inflammatory demyelinating polyneuropathy, CIDP, refractory to standard of care treatment will be stopped, according to the pharma letter. Sanofi shares dipped 16%. Hikma Pharmaceuticals outlined plans to invest $267 in Ohio manufacturing plants, creating 350 jobs, according to BioSpace. The investment aligns with the Section 232 tariff framework's emphasis on domestic pharmaceutical production. Executive takeaway. This is the data Lilly has been building toward since Foundayo launched on April 1st. The obesity approval came first. The cardiovascular safety data, ACHIEVE-4, HR0, 43 all-cause mortality, came second. And now the head-to-head superiority over semaglutide in type 2 diabetes completes the picture. Foundayo reduced blood sugar more than Novo's semaglutide, the current gold standard for T2D treatment, across multiple phase 3 studies. The diabetes filing is now confirmed. If submitted under the CNPV program, as Lilly previously indicated for late Q2, and if CNPV review mirrors the 50-day Foundayo obesity precedent, a diabetes approval could come before year-end. A diabetes label transforms Foundayo's commercial profile. The U.S. obesity addressable market is roughly 40 million adults. Adding T2D opens an additional population of approximately 37 million Americans, many of whom are already on injectable GLP-1s or insulin and may prefer an oral option with no food or water restrictions. Meanwhile, BioSpace's analysis of Lilly's M&A footprint puts the scale in perspective. 25B plus across 12 deals has absorbed half of pharma's available deal capacity in 2026. That concentration raises both the upside, diversified growth, and the risk, execution complexity across a dozen simultaneous integrations. Read Full Analysis What to Watch, Foundayo T2D Filing. Timeline, Lilly targeted late Q2 under CNPV. The ADA data presentation and filing confirmation suggest the submission is imminent or already underway. CNPV review could yield a decision by Q4 2026. Foundayo vs. semaglutide prescriber positioning. The head-to-head superiority in T2D, combined with no food or water restrictions and the ACHIEVE-4 mortality signal, gives physicians a data-driven rationale to prescribe Foundayo over oral semaglutide, Rybelsus, oral Ozempic, in type 2 diabetes. Bio International Convention, June 22 to 25, San Diego. 2 weeks out. The industry's largest partnering event, Revolution Medicines, CNPV filing still awaited. The filing could be announced at BIO or before. Medicare GLP-1 Bridge, July 1st, 20 days out. Clinical and research updates, ADA, Foundayo outperforms semaglutide in multiple T2D Phase 3 trials. LLY Eli Lilly presented data at the 2026 American Diabetes Association annual meeting showing Foundayo, or Forglipron, reduced blood sugar, HbA1c, more than Novo Nordisk's semaglutide and other comparators across multiple Phase 3 type 2 diabetes trials. BioSpace reported that Lilly will seek FDA approval for this indication. This builds on the ACHIEVE-4 data reported April 16th, showing cardiovascular safety non-inferiority, MACE-4 HR0, 84, and 57% lower all-cause death, HR0, 43, P002, versus insulin glargine in T2D patients with elevated cardiovascular risk. The T2D data package now includes superior HbA1c reduction versus semaglutide, superior weight loss versus insulin glargine, 8% versus 7% gain, cardiovascular safety confirmed, and a mortality signal. Lilly previously indicated the T2D filing would be submitted under the CNPV program by late Q2 2026. Sanofi stops riliprubart, Phase 3 in refractory. CIDP Sanofi announced that the riliprubart Mobilize Phase 3 study in patients with chronic inflammatory demyelinating polyneuropathy, CIDP, refractory to standard of care treatment will be stopped according to the pharma letter. CIDP is a rare autoimmune condition affecting peripheral nerves. Riliprubart is an anti-C5 complement inhibitor. Sanofi shares dipped 6% on the news. The company continues to develop riliprubart in other complement-mediated conditions. Corporate and business developments. Lilly's 25B plus M&A captures half of pharma's 2026 deal capacity. LLY BioSpace published an analysis on June 10th, reporting that Lilly's 25B plus M&A spree across 12 deals has captured half of pharma's 2026 capacity. The analysis examined how Lilly's acquisitions across in vivo CAR-T, Colonia, Orna, oncology, Ajax, Crossbridge, narcolepsy, Centessa, gene editing, Profluent, Acidian, Engage, and vaccines, Curevo, Limitech, Vaccine Company, have absorbed a disproportionate share of the available clinical stage acquisition targets. The piece raises the question of whether Lilly's pace can be sustained and whether competitors, Merck, AbbVie, Pfizer, BMS, are being outmaneuvered in the M&A market. Manufacturing and supply chain Hikma invests $267 in Ohio. Manufacturing, creating 350 jobs. Hikma Pharmaceuticals outlined plans to invest $267 in its Ohio manufacturing plants and create 350 jobs, according to BioSpace. The investment expands domestic generic and injectable drug production capacity. Hikma's expansion follows the Supreme Court's Vascepa ruling, which cleared its generic fish oil product, and aligns with the Section 232 tariff framework incentivizing U.S.-based pharmaceutical manufacturing. This joins Regeneron's U.S. manufacturing commitments, part of MFN deal, India's 19-doll 1B pledge, and Corden Pharma's Ambio Farm acquisition as part of the broader pharma onshoring trend. The week ahead, ADA 2026. Continuing this week, GLP-1 obesity diabetes data. June 2026, Takeda CEO transition, Julie Kim. June 20th to 25, Bio International Convention, San Diego. Imminent, Revolution. Medicines, CNPV NDA filing. Imminent. Lilly, Foundayo. T2D filing under CNPV, July 1. Medicare, GLP-1 bridge program launches, August 22nd. Capricor, Deramiocel, PDUFA, Duchenne, cell therapy. Read, full analysis, Biomed. Nexus Pro, Institutional Intelligence brief Foundayo in T2D, the competitive math. The ADA data add a critical competitive claim. Foundayo reduces blood sugar more than semaglutide in head-to-head Phase 3 testing. Combined with the existing data package, metric Foundayo oral semaglutide, Rybelsus oral Ozempic, HbA1c reduction versus semaglutide superior, ADA 2026 data, standard weight loss versus insulin, 8%, achieve all 4, varies by study CV, safety, MACE 4, HR 084, non-inferior. No dedicated CVOT for oral all-cause mortality HR 0, 43, achieve 4, pre-planned. Not demonstrated dosing convenience, no food, water restrictions, 30-minute fasting. Window, self-pay price, $149 month, $149 month, oral Ozempic. The combination of superior HbA1c reduction, no food restrictions, a mortality signal, and competitive pricing gives Foundayo a differentiated position in T2D. Physicians who are currently prescribing Rybelsus or oral Ozempic for T2D now have a data-driven reason to consider switching patients to Foundayo. Lilly's concentration risk BioSpace's half of pharma's 2026 capacity analysis raises a legitimate concern. When one company consumes a disproportionate share of available acquisition targets. Upside, Lilly has first pick of the best assets. No competitor can match the breadth, 8 modalities, 7 therapeutic areas, 12 deals. The diversification reduces dependence on any single franchise. Risk, 12 simultaneous integrations strain management bandwidth, R&D resources, and organizational attention. Each deal requires dedicated integration teams, cultural alignment, and strategic prioritization. Even with Lilly's scale and cash flow, execution risk accumulates with each additional deal. Competitive impact: Merck, AbbVie, Pfizer, and BMS are competing for a shrinking pool of available targets. The best clinical stage assets in vivo CAR-T, Colonia, Orna, gene editing, Profluent, Ascidian, and vaccines, Curevo, Limitech, are now off the market. Competitors must look further afield or pay higher premiums for the remaining targets. Pharma onshoring, tracker company, investment location, jobs Hikma 267 Medal, Hio 350 Regeneron, billions, MFN commitment. STBD Indian Pharma, collective, $19, 1 BU. STBD Cordon Pharma, Ambio undisclosed, South Carolina existing Novartis, new facility, North Carolina, 7th. TBD, the Section 232 tariff framework and MFN deals are producing measurable onshoring commitments. Whether these commitments translate to operational capacity within the tariff timeline, July 31st, for large companies, September 29th for others, remains to be seen. Catalyst calendar, June 2026. Forward date, event tickers, now ADA 2026, GLP-1 diabetes data, LLY, NVO June 2026, Takeda. CEO transition, Julie Kim. TAC June 22-25 BIO International Convention, San Diego. Multiple Imminent Revolution Medicines, CNPV NDA filing, RVM Diminent Lilly. Foundayo T2D filing under CNPV LLE 206, Something IB, PDUFA, ROS1 NSCLC, GSK NUVL 206, Niladalkib, PDUFA, ALK NSCLC, GSK NUVL Q3, 26 Revolution Medicines, Daraxonrasib, approval projected, Truist, RVM, July. One Medicare GLP-1 Bridge Program launches, LLY NVO Q3 2026, Teva Emalex, close expected Teva Q3 2026, GSK Nuvalent close expected GSK, July. 31 Section 232 Pharma tariffs effective, large companies, multiple August 22 Capricorn, Deramiocel PDUFA, Duchenne Cell Therapy, SAPRH2, 2026 Merck, SAC TMT, global filing, expected MRKH2 2026 Foundayo, T2D regulatory action expected LLY 2026 Triumph PH2, Retatrutide T2D, readout expected LLYD 2026 Mineralis, Lorundrostat, PDUFAM YS 2027 Rita Truti, launch anticipated BMO, LYDIC, 7 Lilly, investment community meeting LLY, visit the Pro Hub read, full article, is your company listed in the Biomed Nexus directory? 2104 companies across 14 categories, claim or upgrade your listing. Sponsorship slots for 2026 are limited. See packages and pricing. New Biomed Nexus signals, weekly sales intelligence for life sciences BD teams. Learn more.